Yo, YouTube, what's good? I dropped the video yesterday, but it got copyrighted, so I'm dropping another one. I had to double back, man. Feel me? First video. Hope you guys enjoy. Feel me? Be sure to like, subscribe if you want to catch the next one. Give me a comment. Let's get right into it.
This is what I want people to know. The whole point of the human race is evolution. Whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period. If you're not evolving, you're doing something wrong. So anything that takes away the power of your mind is keeping you still and delaying your evolution. Study your laws of the universe. The law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of equivalent exchange, the laws of cause and effect, the karmic cycle. Dwell into your mind, meditate. Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought. The minute you slow down your thought, you're able to leave your body through astral projection. You're only enslaved if you can't control your mind. So while you can and while you don't have the whole world against you, or you don't have a lot of worries, worry on freeing your mind from this realm. When you can free your mind from this realm, everything is but a thought. And if you can't free your mind, then you're a slave to this realm. The whole goal is you live and then you die. You can die plenty times while you're alive. The idea of physical death is completion. You served your purpose and then you went. There really is no rest for the wicked at all. I can't astral project, so I'm going to teach everybody else to do it, to free their minds and their souls. That's what I want them to know.
Why don't
He can't astral project. Meaning what? He was working with them people. That's why they killed him, I think. They were saying they killed him because of that. Like, once he came out and said that and started exposing and talking, they got up on him, man. Feel me? Happy Transcendence to X.
they teach us our ability to create reality in school? Why do they hide this information from us that we are spiritual beings? And I'm going to explain to you the truth here. The truth is, the Matrix, society, they don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to know that you are capable of creating your reality, creating your dreams. They don't want you to know that the food you eat will heal you or damage you. You know, I used to work in a hospital and I've seen many people die. And I've seen when they do surgery, when they do certain operations, the doctor would tell them, this doesn't heal you. It's just going to numb the symptom and you have to come back later. And I always wondered, why is that? Why is our society like that? Why do we go to work and we're stressed all the time? Why don't we know who we are? Well, it's like this. Society runs off of your life force energy, your fear, your cortisol. When you're stressed out, you impulse buy, and when you work for your companies, you make them a whole bunch of money. So what happens? You feed into the system. If you were happy, if you were healthy, you wouldn't be feeding into the system. If you knew you could create your reality, you wouldn't feed into the system. So this is spiritual warfare. What happens? They don't show you can create reality. They put you in, they train you to act a certain way. They say you have ADHD. If you think freely, if you start to think for yourself, you're a problem causer. Then they feed you these foods that will make you sick over time. And then even for the men and the women and the kids, they put out.
We have the ability.
Bro, if that don't sound like that, like, come on, bro. Like, look at what we going through today. Like, look at the things they do to us. If you really think about it, like, it's time for my people to wake up and stop feeding into the system. Technically, we can make our own fucking system.
To light up our DNA. This is why the Egyptians were sun worshippers. They were charging themselves, and this would allow them to be multidimensional. They moved between the worlds. The more charge you have within yourself, the more you're multidimensional. We're energetic beings. Once we learn to manage that, we can go in and out of our body.
You do not see into.
Now, let me tell y'all something. I meditate. Like, I meditate in the sun. It feels amazing. Like, the energy you can feel is amazing. So, I kind of feel what she's talking about, to be honest. But you know, like, we didn't practice these things growing up. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, what race you are. We didn't grow up practicing those things. So doing it now, it's going to take, I feel, damn near double the practice, double the study, double the, you know what I mean?
To reality. The eyes are black holes and they suck in the light, and then the back of the brain produces the image that you see. The ancients knew this with the cross going back. Here's the sigil of Lucifer. Luci means light in Latin, and that's why Lucifer is called the light bearer. It just means light. If the image is produced inside of you, that means the universe is a mental projection. This is why the number one law of the Kabbalion is that all is mind, the universe is mental. You and everything in this creation has an electromagnetic toroidal field. Everything is made out of a torus field. The spectrum is an electromagnetic spectrum. This is an electromagnetic holographic projection from within your mind, and we are existing in God's mind. Human, Hu equals light, man comes from word manifestation. We are light beings manifested into physical form. The 5 element, ment is the mind, everything exists in the mind. Government, government, because the mind is the root cause of reality. Let there be light. God thought light into existence. Light is a product and everything exists.
It doesn't even show.
Hu equals light, man comes from word manifestation. We are light beings manifested into physical form.
Oh, right there. Okay. Earth, water, fire, air, and spirit is the 5 elements. Plasma energy, like Rashad Jamal would say. Free Rashad Jamal. That's our boy. You feel me? Divine insight. I rocks with him heavy.
5 element, ment is the mind, everything exists in the mind. Government, government, because the mind is the root cause of reality. Let there be light. God thought light into existence. Light is a product of the mind. Low vibrational light turns into matter. High vibrational matter turns into light. This is why the 7 metals have the same symbol for the 7 planets. Because light crystallized gives you the 7 metals. The sun gives you gold. Mars gives you iron. Jupiter tin. They are light in the firmament. The link is in the bio for this PDF.
This is what they don't tell.
Yo, he was running game like a motherfucker. Y'all was listening to him? I hope y'all was listening, man. He was running game, man. I need that PDF. I wish I had it. I don't know. You know these videos just be floating all over through the internet.
You are the original creator because you have a piece of the original creator in you, which is the original creator. So a part of our therapy in Niggas Anonymous is we got to get out of, we have to get out of thinking that there's a God over us when the God that is over us is within us. You are gods, but not only are you God, you are the divine creator. So you are the original creator. That means that you don't supposed to follow no one and nobody, especially no other motherfuckers shitting in a toilet just like you. That's the concept. Now, in this life, you on your own. Literally. And that's when the loneliness comes. But the path to spirituality is a lonely one. Especially when other motherfuckers around you don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah, listen. Nobody be wanting to hear this shit. I'll start talking and get to going and start spilling the cup with the intellect. And some people do not want to hear it. They don't even have open mind, open ear, nothing. And you have to understand that they're not there yet. You can still love them. You still understand them. Understand that they're not there yet. That's all. You feel me? I have a little sometimes hard time with that. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm working on it. You feel me? I'm learning as I go. But I do realize, I converse with awareness. So.
First rubber-soled shoes were developed and manufactured in the United States in the late 1800s, and we widely stopped grounding since. Here on Earth, the positive charge from our bodies is always attracted down towards the Earth, and the negative will be attracted to the air above. This phenomena creates a force in that downward vector, because as soon as we leave the ground, we become positively charged by the air around us, and now forced to the negative of the ground like a magnet. This is electrostatic acceleration. You might have noticed witches, wizards, and prophetic people being depicted with wooden shoes, sandals, or barefoot, although they're working with different energy, and this is because wood is a conductor. Charged electrons or voltage has no problem moving through wood. Not only does walking barefoot stabilize our cortisol circadian rhythm to balance our internal bioelectrical environment, the negative ions help to balance the positive ions in our body, and this improves our health as electrical activity energizes the body. Research has also discovered that walking without shoes helps to boost immunity, glucose regulation, improve skin conductivity, reduce stress and anxiety, improving the surface charge of red blood cells, which reduces the chances of cardiovascular disease.
I can read that. Make sure y'all pause.
Gates of hell.
But hold on. Listen, man, grounding is something else. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I've grounded a few times, not much, but I've grounded a few times in the past few months, and I want those wooden shoes that the samurais and grandmasters used to have back in those times. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm outside grounding with my bare feet, I know it's good for me and stuff, but I be getting messed with. Like, even when I meditate outside, like, it be flies trying to come around fucking with me. I understand bees vibrate at a love frequency, so I understand that. But I heard, like, flies is like spiritual flies or something. So, man, like, I be trying to take it easy, bro. And I feel like the wooden sandals that the samurais and grandmasters used to have, the senseis and all of that, I feel like that's good. That's what is a conductor, right? He just said that. So if I'm standing on the ground with wooden shoes, wooden sandals, in the sun, I'm consuming energy from the sun, photon energy. Also, I'm being a conductor to the earth, reconnecting with Planet Kai. I'm saying I need those.
Have already opened. When a 60-year-old man, naked, marches through the streets of one of our cities in the United States of America, is standing before little children, little girls and little boys. This has nothing to do with taking someone's rights away from them. This has to do with imposing perversion in the face of a child. Where'd it come from? There's a spirit let loose on this earth. We're queer. We're here. And what they say? We're coming for your children.
I can't believe this one.
You better take your children and you better protect them.
I've been real successful.
Listen, if you got kids, man, protect your children, especially watch what you feeding them, watch what they consuming every day for knowledge. Man, just be careful with your kids. It's a crazy world we live in. When I seen that, ooh, I couldn't believe it. I was like, nah, ain't no way. Pardon me if I'm a little stiff. Like, it's a little cold out here in New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, they be playing with the weather. It's a little cold, so pardon me. Let's get back into it.
Like promoting black consciousness and Islam in their communities.
I'm so happy you mentioned black people. It seems as if we've been at the very top of your agenda for quite some time. Why is that?
Black people help me reach the masses. Now, as you know, I was over music in heaven. My beats were so dope, I got over a third of the angels to follow me. I needed artists and entertainers to help me promote my message here. Who better than black people? Black people possess all the natural rhythm and music ability that I need, and it's easy for me to influence them with money since so many of them grew up without it. Another reason I target black people is because they're strong mentally and physically. If black men were to ever find their identity in Christ, I'd be in trouble. So I try my best to destroy the black family structure and keep black men away from his family and the church. Drugs and incarceration are a couple of my more popular things. Without the head of the household present, I can become the head and influence the children without too much resistance.
Yo, he said black people is his targeted race because we're talented and we got all the things. Like, are you listening to the video? And it goes to show with the music industry, with acting, with you name it, Hollywood itself. Oh my goodness. Listen up, people. Open your minds, open your ears. Let him who has eyes see clearly. Free Rashad Jamal.
I've convinced half of the world to not only accept sin, but to celebrate it. Do you know what has been my most enjoyable pride campaign to date?
No, what?
Well, my gay pride campaign, of course. Not only do I get the chance to promote your own self-destruction, I get to use God's logo, the rainbow, to do it. Love is love, right? My plan not only prevents you worthless humans from reproducing, it distorts the gender roles and allows me to bring all types of chaos and confusion upon your pathetic societies. It's been so successful, I've got men convinced they're women, and women convinced they're men, and some convinced they're no gender at all. And I've got 2 more Pride Initiative campaigns I'd like to introduce in the near future. And second is pedophilia pride. Now, society might not be ready for this one just yet, so we'll hold off.
It's the guy. Hold on, you said pedophilia pride. That's something else, boy. What? Nah. Pedophilia pride is crazy. If you jacking that, listen, you need to go ahead, man. Like, I ain't even gonna say it and get. Come on, we know where I'm going with that. But it's crazy what they doing. Like, then okay, see, I ain't gonna lie, I almost forgot my train of thought for a second. Think about about that madness and that wickedness. Listen, he said he gets to use God's logo, which is the rainbow. Now, if you see pride, the pride logo is the rainbow, right? But purple's at the bottom and red is at the top, worshiping the root chakra, which is the dark side. Now, the original rainbow is supposed to start with red and end with purple. I'm just letting you guys know that for knowledge purposes. You know what I'm saying? We in this thing called Life Together. Shout out Dre OG. He inspired me to do these videos. A couple more other people. So I'm rocking with it. We rolling. You feel me? Come on, man. Shout out to the GOATs.
That was telling me about Epstein's Island fucking decade ago, at least. He was telling me about it. I was like, what? You're telling me there's a place where they bring elites to compromise them with underage girls and they film them? Really? Like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like, no, President Clinton's been there. Everyone's been there. Like, what? It sounds like nonsense. And not only is it true, but people keep getting fucking murdered for it. Did you see that latest Clinton advisor that got murdered about it?
Yep.
Yeah. Hung with an extension cord, shot himself in the chest 30 miles from his house, and they're calling it a suicide.
And now even Elon Musk is asking, where's the clientele list?
Yeah.
We should probably see who's been to that island.
Yeah, we should probably see who's been to that island. And there's probably more of those kind of things out there that haven't been exposed.
Okay, going what he's saying. This is a continuation, so I'm sorry for posing and talking so much. It's my first video, baby. But, like, I mess with dude. I don't even want to say his name because I mess with dude. I grew up watching Fear Factor and stuff like that. But at the same time, wasn't there, like, racist allegations towards him? And then, like, they told you about it and you didn't have no interest in it. Like, mind you, on Fear Factor, you had a lot of young women on there. And they little suits, they little bathing suits and all that, showing skin, showing. Come on, man. But did you really not did you participate in that? Think about it.
I'm Peter Flaherty, chairman of the National Legal and Policy Center. The Gates Foundation offers a gender identity toolbox, which asserts that gender is a result of socially and culturally constructed ideas. This is a lie. Gender is not a cultural construct. It is a genetic and biological fact. You're not going to censor what I say, ma'am. I'm very sorry. I'll appeal to the chair that I be allowed to continue. Sir?
You may continue, but you're under a 3-minute limitation.
We know how much Bill Gates cares about children. He met and traveled with Jeffrey Epstein many times after Epstein's convicted sex crimes. The Gates Foundation
they don't like it. Look, they locking him up.
The Gates Foundation may be the largest single donor to the dark money machine known as Arabella.
Oh my God. Yo, they locked son up for blowing up the spot, son. Y'all saw that? I hope y'all paying attention. Shit, I hope they don't come for me. All this. Y'all see the names up there. I ain't fucking around. We talking about it. We showing all that.
I'm running.
I'm running.
As I ran away from security, I saw this.
Oh no. They got me. I need to run. I need to run.
Now, security was right behind me, going full speed in my direction.
He don't even look like he's running.
Oh no! What's up?
I don't know. It could be me.
I can't exactly understand what they're saying, but they're screaming at me the whole time.
Oh, I'm good. We're good. We're good.
What was that
I'm
video?
out of here. They're behind me. We made it down here. Once we get to the beaches, we're good. A brand new pool right here. We seeing this? Security behind me. They're not as fast as me though. Gotta keep going. Good training for this game.
Look. Bro, he jumps out.
Going into the water. Watching these feet me out.
Oh, security, not moving. I don't know how to
Okay, coming into the water. Security, get the upper hand. I'm swimming as fast as I can. Waiting for Pasha to pick me up. Come on, Pasha. Shoot me if you dare! I'm in international waters! What are you hiding, Epstein? What are you hiding, Epstein?
At a Full House.
Yo, let me know what y'all think about that video in the comments. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 with it. Because that shit right there, homie. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
His colleagues again imply that he was consistently inappropriate when children were around.
His entire job consisted of saying, "Take a look at this," which is what he used to say to Mary-Kate Olsen in her dressing room.
Al should have been called Blackjack because you hit on the Olsens when they were 8. He didn't stop till they were 21.
For 8 seasons, half an hour a week, Full House kept pets off the street. In fact, 3 of them were on the show.
After all these years, I'd never met the Olsen twins. He introduced me to them. I said to him, how do I tell them apart? He says, Ashley Swallows.
No. Hold on. We not about to let that just fly over our heads like that. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what all of them were saying? Like, Son is Out of Pocket. I used to watch that show. Come on, bro. That's out of pocket, bro. Like, get out of all that shit, Hollywood and all that. You don't want to live like them. Them people ain't nobody to look up to. Anyway, feel me? First video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like. Hit that sub button. And if you want to converse, drop some comments. You feel me? Other than that, Haven, we in here. We out. I'm a holla.
I'm enjoying man. I'm on my way to Mars. Feel like an astronaut. I feel just like an astronaut. Slide down the middle.